I believe that color is a power that escapes definition. Color can somehow allow the space to become something else. My name is Odili Donald Odita. I'm a visual artist painter. I live in Philadelphia and I work in Philadelphia. I'm standing in front of the painting called Chasm at the Nasher Museum of Art. We're looking at a painting that's in a large part testing painting and also trying to make a statement, an emotional statement. We have in this painting one unit repeated and place off skew. So essentially this painting, the drawing of this painting is divided in half, and it's this form that's divided in a diagonal, taken and reformed here in this half of the painting. I was thinking a lot about the idea of the body and the idea of structure and the idea of color and the notion of freedom that can come from color. The idea of color and the power and space of color. The way that color makes space is in as much as defines things in space. So basically it's just a shift. This is the warm side of the painting and this is the cool side of the painting. But when the pieces come together, there seems to be some kind of space that optically can bend by the diagonal line, and it looks like a cliff on one side, and bend on the other. So you can step in or fall in. In essence, the color is filling the grid or the drawing or the structure, but it's denying the rigidity of the structure. And in essence, you're not noticing that this painting is actually a structure, one unit repeating itself and just set askew on the other side. I was thinking quite a lot about the red, the tension of the red and blue. They're the most vibrating colors that you have in the color wheel. I'm also thinking of the red and blue in relation to, say, like the Confederate flag, or to like racing colors, or to the idea of the tension of opticality itself. So thematics that are both aesthetic, cultural, and social. So that chasm area is this fight between the red and the blue in as much as the warm and the cool. It goes between being a landscape and being something that's a mental Rubik's Cube, let's say. I personally love the way that the colors here meet this edge here, and you get this impression of this like an endless deep that's in the painting. We do a lot of work with tape. It's a lot of studio work with tape, but it's necessary. I mean, I can make paintings with drips if I want, but I choose not to, because I'm aware that I want the speed of the color and the speed of the shape to be sudden and immediate when people see it. I want people to see the whole painting and feel the whole painting at once. If we were to see this as a black and white drawing, you would see one unit, you would see there's the shift of the unit on the other side, but then the color makes a whole nother option that you couldn't even imagine. So color here is really vibrating in a way, particularly the red and blue, in a kind of intense sort of way. And I basically played with the idea of landscape by including the greens on the outer edges. Well, the mindfulness is a good word. I look at it like the creative process. You can't have everything in the kitchen sink. You have to create and set up limitations for yourself to become expansive. You can just simply allow yourself to respond to possibility. If I have too many things I'm thinking about at one time, it limits possibility because I'm simply looking at the too many things. If I'm looking at the few things and saying, this is really where I need to begin, it's a bold move because I'm deciding this. Not those other things, just this. And from there, with trust in myself and that I've done this before, I'm able to allow myself to become then expansive and open to the universe of possibilities.